Hey, mathletes, here we are, the last lesson in this unit. Scale factor in 3D shapes. So at this moment, we've talked about scale factor as it relates to one-dimensional shapes and two-dimensional shapes, but let's talk about scale factor in three-dimensional shapes. Well, before we do that, let's go back and talk about 1D and 2D. So remember, if I had, for a one-dimensional shape, let's just say two straight lines, and I said this straight line had a length of 3, and this straight line had a length of 6, what I would say is my scale factor is 6 divided by 3, which is 2. If I had a two-dimensional shape, what I really need you to remember here, and say I give you some enlargement, and I give you the dimensions here. So let's say this was 4 and 4, and this is 8 and 8. Okay, what ends up happening here is because we're multiplying both dimensions by 2, what we end up with is I want to think about my scale factor would still be 8 over 4, which is 2. But if I give you the area like that, what I need you to really remember is that when you're working with the area, that's your scale factor squared, because you're multiplying 2 dimensions by that scale factor. And then to find the scale factor, I would take the square root of it. Okay, so I really need you to remember that. So when I'm working with area, it's scale factor squared. So, I mean, it's not a huge leap. What would happen if we were working with a cube? Well, if I was working with a cube, I would be multiplying, and don't laugh at my drawings. I'm hopefully a better math teacher than I am an artist. And that didn't turn out too bad. Okay, if I was changing the dimensions of this thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply all the dimensions by k. So what I'm going to have then, if I'm given the volume of this thing, is k cubed is my new volume divided by my original, or as I like to say, old volume. Okay, and then if I wanted to find what just k was, well, I would take the cube root of the new volume divided by the old volume. All right, so there's your formula, friends, that I really need you to remember. K cubed is new volume divided by old volume. Okay, that's a must know. As long as you know that, you're in good shape. All right, let's just try a couple of examples. So we've got a tank has a volume of 32 meters cubed. So as soon as I see that word volume, I'm going to underline it. It's enlarged by a scale factor of 3. What is the volume of the new tank? All right, I write down my formula. It's volume. So it's k cubed is new volume over old volume. Well, my scale factor is 3, so 3 cubed. My new volume is what we're looking for. Sorry, I'm losing my voice as I'm doing this video. And my old volume is 32 meters cubed. So what's our new volume? Well, all we're going to do at this point then is we're just going to multiply both sides by 32. Like that. And 3 cubed is 27. So what we're going to end up with is a new volume of 864 meters cubed. There it is, friends. Okay, so again, if we know this formula, these are actually rather easy questions, I think. Okay, let's try one more. So the dimensions of a right pyramid, are shown. A gift shop at an art gallery would like to sell a miniature glass replica. Okay, so they're going to scale it down using this ratio. What volume of glass will be required to make this replica? Okay, so the first thing we're going to do here then is we're going to find the volume of the original. So the volume of a pyramid is 1/3 base area times height. Okay, now the height given is in there. That's the height, okay, not the slant height, if you remember that from 10C. So our base area then would be 230.4. It's a square pyramid. So our base area is length squared times the height. And if we go ahead and slub that into our calculator, what you're going to get is a rather big volume. Sure, right? It's a massive pyramid. Look at those dimensions. Okay, I've been lucky enough to have been able to visit Egypt, and those pyramids are enormous, amazing feats that someone created those things. Okay, so now what we want to be able to do is we're going to use our old volume and we're going to use our scale factor. Well, our scale factor comes from here. So what this tells us is our scale factor is 1/1,000 because we're shrinking this thing. So now we use our formula. K cubed is equal to new volume over original or old volume. Well, we know our scale factor now is 1/1,000. Our new volume is what we're looking for, so I'll just leave it as new. Our old volume was 2,584,045 meters cubed. Again, friends, at this point, all we're going to do is find our new volume. We're going to multiply both sides by this 2 million and change, multiplied by 1/1,000 cubed. Okay, if we go ahead and we put that into our calculator, what we're going to get is 0.002594, like that. And now, friends, we are good to go. And that is our new volume right there. Okay, so there it is, friends. Again, as long as you have this formula right there written down somewhere, you will be just fine for these lessons. Good luck to you.